Trent Sizemore is walking up to the plate now as we are set to begin this matchup between the Bombers and the Wombats in the Week 3 match of the week. Trent Sizemore elects to go for a grounder. Melissa throws the first pitch, swing and a miss on a high ball, and we are underway. A curveball from Melissa. Second pitch is another curveball headed the other way. This one low, and Trent Sizemore swings and misses again. Quick 0-2 hole for Trent. An inside fastball called a ball. A beat and a heater right down the middle. Trent Sizemore fouls it away. Trent in a bit of a pickle very early. Another curveball to the inside. Trent hits a dribbler that lands a few feet right in front of the catcher. The throw to first base is in time, and Trent is out. Chipper Jones up to the plate. Immediately goes for the power swing. Facing open as he looks at a curveball and drives one toward the shortstop. Flies right past the shortstop and bounces right past the left fielder. Picks it up and throws, and Chipper is aboard with a single. Ken Griffey Jr. at the plate now. Chipper Jones immediately looking to steal. A high curveball lands in the zone. Chipper advancing slowly to second, and the throw is just in time to get him out. Ken Griffey Jr. now with a 2-out situation with nobody on base. A line drive just past the second baseman. Rolls to a stop by him, and a weak throw to first ensures Ken gets on base safely. Terry Vega at the plate now. Terry can definitely be classified as a power hitter, so he makes the power swing, and it's a grounder that bounces just to the left of Melissa, the pitcher. Picks it up and throws to first, and that is a quick out. Now it's the Bombers' turn. Maynard Mcelroy leading off. First pitch from Christina Beatty is a high heater for a ball. Second is an inside heater for a ball. And Maynard has a 2-0 advantage very quickly in the bottom of the first. Another inside heater. This time it caught the corner for a strike. An outside slow ball. Bounces just a few feet in front of the catcher, but Maynard, with his speed, gets onto first base without much difficulty. Davey Marion steps up to the plate now. Ups to the line drive. Takes a timeout, presumably to double check stamina, but then goes immediately back out. A low curveball, an extremely yuck. To call that a strike, that's yow. Another strike, this one in the inside corner. Very well placed by Christina. Davey Marion in an 0-2 hole faces another curveball. Fouls one just up the third baseline. A slow ball right down the middle. Davey lifts one hard and high into left field. And the video freezes, and then finally we see that it just barely lifts over the fence for a home run. 254 the official measurement, and the Bombers take a very early 2-0 lead. What an excellent hit from Davey. Davey giving an emphatic fist pump as he crosses the plate. Courtney Valentino happily walks up to the plate. Aims open, looks for the line drive. First pitch is another curveball. She swings early and pulls it up the third baseline. A hard hit liner, but the third baseman catches it. Melissa Waters steps up to the plate. What an excellent defensive play for the Wombats to get their first out. A hard hit, powerful swing right up the middle for Melissa, and it floats right over that fence for yet another homer. 2 homers in 4 at-bats. And the Bombers have to be feeling very, very good about this one. That's another one in the pig pen. 271 the official measurement. It is looking very, very good for the Bombers. Melissa cannot be happy about that. Christina, sorry. Melissa would obviously be happy because she's a Bomber, but Christina, clearly not very happy at the moment. Gary Allen is at the plate now, and he appears to be boosted. First pitch, and it's a massive swing over to left field, and he lifts it over into the pig pen once again. 3 home runs in 5 at-bats. 299, the official measurement. This is absolutely nuts. Third baseman pounds the ground. Chipper Jones, incredibly frustrated. He pounds the ground again. And now Arlen Perez steps up to the plate. Opts for the line drive. A high slow ball. Swings at the first pitch once again, and it's a floater to the shortstop. Floats over to Ken, but he cannot hold it, and he drops it. And that is a single off an error for Arlen. Sally Dobbs confidently steps up to the plate and taps it. On-line drive for a while, but suddenly switches to power. First pitch is an inside curveball. Another inside curveball, but this time it's a called strike. A slow ball down the middle, but Sally ends up fouling it away. They're very low contact. Fouls are extremely common with her. With 2 outs, she opts for the line drive. 2 strikes, sorry, she opts for the line drive and knocks away yet another foul. Another curveball down the middle, foul on the 3rd consecutive pitch. Sally hit an incredibly large number of fouls for the junior athletics last season, but this one's not a foul. It's a hard hit drive to left field. There are 2 fielders running over there, and neither of them can make the catch, so they run into each other. Vic Souffle at the plate now with 1 out and 2 runners on. 2 consecutive runners on base as a result of errors. A very fortunate turn of events for the Bombers, as the first pitch is a slow ball down the middle that Vic Souffle misses. Second is an outside curveball, and it's a grounder right up the middle. Ken Griffey picks it up, and instead of stepping on second, he throws it over to third and gets Arlen out at third. And now there are 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Perry Marks at the plate. He waits patiently for the throw. An outside curveball for a ball. Perry takes a nasty inside slow ball. 1-1 count. Swings it high and deep. It heads for left field once again. And the center fielder runs hard for it as the left fielder basically just stands there and drops the catch once again, and that allows Sally to score. The Bombers have now batted around. Maynard Mcelroy at the plate, and Chipper Jones comes on to replace Christina Beatty. Chipper Jones came in from third, and it appears that Chipper Jones has a nerf as well. Unfortunately, I've not been informed of what the nerf is. First pitch is a heater of the outside middle high part of the plate. Maynard fouls it away. Switches from the line drive to the grounder. Another outside heater. That one also gets fouled. And Maynard's now in an 0-2 hole. Can the Wombats finally put them away? An inside curveball, and Maynard hammers it hard towards second base. Second baseman drops it, but Perry's slow movement to second base might give him hope, but unfortunately the throw is not in time. As the Bombers have scored a 6th run. Davey Marion is at the plate now. Davey is batting .900 at this point. Absolutely incredible as he pulls up the power swing, lets an inside slow ball pass for a ball, apparently just sticking with what he believes to work. An outside fastball, and it was very low. Hard to believe they even called that a strike, but they did. 1-1 count. An outside slow ball, And Davey blasts it high and deep. Left fielder's running for it, but it does not make it. He does not make it as the ball ends up in the pig pen once again. This is absolutely outrageous. 2 home runs in the first inning for Davey Marion, 4 of them in 11 at-bats in only the first inning. With only 2 outs recorded, it is 9-0 in the bottom of the first. You have got to be kidding me. Courtney Valentino's at the plate now. Looking for the line drive. A beautifully placed low and inside corner pitch for a strike. A high slow ball that was barely in the zone, but Courtney hits it, and it floats over to Ken Griffey at shortstop. And that finally ends the bottom of the first. Artie Pimbleton leading off the top of the second for the Wombats. A late swing and a miss at the first pitch. It was a high curveball down the middle. A low curveball, another swing and a miss for Artie. Melissa's curveball game has been excellent so far, but just as I say that, Artie lifts a powerful shot to left field, and it reaches the wall after bouncing for a little bit. Artie's going for 2, and he'll make it without too much difficulty. An excellent hit from Artie. Hopefully try to build some momentum for the Wombats as Holly Franklin steps up to the plate. Outside curveball, cannot reach the zone. 1-0 count. Holly with a little bit of pop in her bat, but not all that much. She doesn't have very much contact, as evidenced by her fouling away the second pitch. On the 1-1 pitch, she swung early and missed. 1-2 count. A liner towards Sally by first base, but she cannot hold on to it. Second baseman picks it up and throws it at Sally's back. That's 2 errors that will allow Holly to get on base. Holly and Sally, as former teammates, have a quick chat as Carlos Beltran is at the plate. But then the chat is cut short as Holly is looking to steal second base and does so easily, as the catcher throws to third base instead of second. Little bit of trickery from Holly right there. As there are now runners on second and third with no outs. Wombats looking to have some life on offense. Carlos Beltran also with a boost of some kind. Unfortunately, I do not have the ability to tell what it is. Carlos fouls another one away, and the count remains 0-2. Another outside curveball. Carlos fouls one away again. A curveball reached the inside part of the plate, and it gets knocked away foul. Hard to tell where that one was going. Another curveball. And Carlos hits a liner toward the left fielder. Artie backs up just in time. Jillian Payne at the plate with runners on second and third. Oh my goodness, Jillian Payne hits a high one to center right field. Courtney out in center cannot hold on to it. Artie will score, and Holly will advance to third. And that's the first score of the game for the Wombats. Christina Beatty at the plate right now. Let's one pass for a strike, as Jillian, with her slow speed, still manages to reach second base, as the Bombers' defense doesn't seem to know how to prevent steals effectively. Christina pops one up. Third baseman runs for it but cannot make a grab, and Christina gets on base. Melissa kind of left the third baseman to take care of that himself. And they pay for it as Trent Sizemore is at the plate with the bases loaded. An infield fly rule is called, even though none of the fielders were really near it. This is an unfortunate call, but Chipper Jones is at the plate now with 2 outs. A very low pitch for a ball. Chipper Jones going for the power swing, and he pops one high in foul territory. Catcher's running for it, and what an amazing grab from the catcher. And the Wombats are limited to just 1 run. Through 1.5 innings, it is 10-1 Bombers when you consider the multiplier, as Melissa Waters is at the plate right now. She's batting only .285, but she does have a homer today. She appears to be boosted. A low heater passes by for a ball. 1-1 count. Knocks away a foul ball. 1-2 count. Chipper Jones perpetually grinning despite being down quite a substantial margin. And Melissa Waters blasts a deep one to center field, but the catch is made as Gary Allen steps up to the plate. Gary Allen goes for the power swing. Chipper Jones, the eternal optimist, throws a slow ball down the middle, and Gary blasts one on the first pitch on a deep drive right up the middle. Carlos and Beltran out in the center cannot hold on to it. And rather than throwing the second, Carlos throws to the cutoff man, shortstop Ken. And that is a double for Gary as Arlen Perez steps up to the plate. An outside heater fools Arlen into swinging. And that's an 0-1 count. Another outside heater, but this time Arlen catches on and doesn't chase. Another outside heater, but this one's in the zone, and Arlen takes advantage, floats right over third baseman Christina's head as Gary makes his way to third and rounds third to head home. Arlen tries for second and just barely makes it in time, which allows Gary enough time to score at home. The Bombers now have 10 runs, which makes it 12 when you consider the multiplier, and Jillian Payne comes in from, I believe, first base to relieve Chipper. That creepy eternal grin will no longer be visible to the batters, as Sally Dobbs fouls away a curveball on the first pitch of the at-bat. Speaking of grins, Ken Griffey has a bit of a grin as Sally pops one up, and the catch is made. Good catch from Trent Sizemore, I believe that is down there. Vic Souffle steps up to the plate. A heater toward the inside part of the plate. Vic hits it, tries to use his speed to get on, and he does, as I couldn't quite tell, either Jillian or Ken threw to second base, even though the second runner on second, Arlen, did not move, as Perry Marks steps up to the plate. First pitch is a ball down low. Another pitch is another ball down low. Third pitch is a curveball toward the inside of the plate, and Perry shows some opposite side power. Knocks a ball into the side of the what? The ball hit the side of the barn in fair territory and ended up out of play. It hit the barn. Holly Franklin is staring at it and looking at the farm animals, screaming, "You have got to be kidding me," as Perry Marks gives the Bombers their 13th run. Maynard Mcelroy at the plate right now. He is 2 for 2 today. First pitch is a low ball. Second pitch was outside. He probably shouldn't have swung at it. Ended up fouling it away. Considers the line drive, but sticks with the grounder, as the third pitch is a second ball. A high slow ball fools Maynard into not swinging, and it is 2-2. Third pitch is a high called strike, and that is an ugly pitch to take. But now we head to the top of the third. The current score, considering multipliers, is 15-1 as Ken Griffey swings on the very first pitch and absolutely blasts one up the third baseline. And Ken Griffey is willing his way to allow the Wombats to come back. Biggest homer of the day so far, 304 is the official measurement. 185 the measurement from Perry last inning, by the way, as Terry Vega steps up to the plate. First pitch is a foul. Swings outside and misses at a pitch that didn't look like it was in the zone, and Terry's in an 0-2 hole. Swings at an inside pitch once again, and Terry unfortunately strikes out. According to reports, Terry was left in the woods after last season, as Artie Pimbleton hits a grounder right in front of the catcher, who scoops it up and throws to first with no trouble. Holly Franklin at the plate, bases empty and 2 outs. Knocks away a foul ball on the first pitch. Another foul ball along the first baseline. Holly Franklin batting .666 so far. She's had an excellent start to the season. Knocks away a third foul ball. A curveball to the outside. It looked juicy, but Holly ended up fouling that one away. 4 consecutive foul balls, I believe. Doesn't chase that one, and that's ball 1 for Holly, who's looking to apparently usurp Sally as the queen of fouls. That's a 5th foul ball for Holly Franklin. Hopefully she doesn't destroy any window panes on the Dubois residence. Second ball, a curveball down low. That one barely caught the zone, and Holly was caught looking. Unfortunate for her. Davey Marion at the plate right now with 2 home runs. Blasts another one on the very first pitch. Well, another fly ball, but this time Carlos is there to make the snag. And Courtney Valentino steps up now. Courtney 0 for 2 today. The offense has been incredible around her, but Courtney herself has not made very many contributions. Hard hit line drive in her first at-bat, but unfortunately it was caught. So that's a high pitch pass for a strike. The first pitch was a ball. She lets another strike pass by. Courtney does have poor vision, so it's hard for her to find a really good pitch. That pitch looked high, but Courtney swung at it for safety, and it bounces right in between the pitcher and catcher. Very well placed, and Courtney gets on base for the first time this game. Melissa Waters at the plate now. Knowing that the Bombers seem to be vulnerable to steals, Courtney sets up the steal. Courtney was last season's biggest base stealer, but this time the catcher throws immediately to second. However, the throw from the second baseman to a first baseman, Chipper Jones, clearly not used to playing first as he cannot hold on to the ball, and that allows Courtney to steal anyway. Yikes. A spitball gets hit directly back to Melissa. Oh my goodness! No, hit back to the pitcher, who cannot hold on to it, and throws to Chipper Jones at first, who drops the catch and drops the pickup. And the Bombers have picked up an extremely lucky power-up as a result. You have got to be kidding me. Jillian Payne throws another spitball, thinking that will work. Chipper Jones apparently cannot stand picking up spit, and that costs the Wombats big time, as Gary Allen is now at a 2-0 advantage at the plate. "3-0 now. Jillian Payne, having thrown those spitballs, seems to be struggling with control. Seems the ball's still a little wet. Gary swings big on a 3-0 pitch, incredibly disrespectful. Holly Franklin is all squared up under it, but unfortunately she drops it. Courtney rounds third and heads for home. Ken Griffey throws there, and the throw will not be powerful enough as Courtney will score, giving the Bombers their 14th run, 16 when you count the home bonus. Arlen Perez is at the plate now. As the Bombers apparently do a quick stamina check, Melissa appears to have used a fair bit. Arlen swings at the first pitch toward Ken Griffey at shortstop, who makes the catch on that line drive. Sally Dobbs at the plate now with 2 on and 2 out. Switches to power at the last second. Lets the first pitch pass for a strike. A low heater passes for a ball. A high pitch. Sally fouls it away, and now it's 1-2. Sally considers the line drive, but no, sticks to power. A high slow ball, and Sally's height, normally that's a ball, but Sally's height puts that in the strike zone, and Sally very angry about that one. As Carlos Beltran is at the plate for the Wombats and hits a grounder directly to Melissa, who makes the throw to first in time. Jillian Payne at the plate now. A very high curveball for a ball. Jillian Payne, being a Sexton clone, has an extremely high strike zone. Second pitch is a low ball. 2-0 count. Another low curveball, but this one's in the zone, and Jillian knocks it away for a foul. It's a top of the fourth. A grounder stops right in front of the third baseman. Jillian is pretty slow, but because of the thick grass at Dubois, the ball stops ahead of time, and the third baseman has to run, and as a result, Jillian gets there just in time. Great job taking advantage of the field as Christina Beatty steps up to the plate. First pitch is high and outside, and Christina tries to go for it, ends up knocking it foul. A high heater toward the inside. Christina knocks that one foul as well. And a heater low and inside. Christina swings late and misses. Trent Sizemore is up now after that strikeout. A low fastball for Trent, but it's too low for a ball. A slow ball right down the middle. It looks juicy, but Trent ends up fouling it away. Trent switches to the grounder with the 1-1 pitch coming up. A curveball to the outside, and it barely catches the zone. 1-2 count for Trent, who switches back to the line drive. Fouls one away on a curveball right down the middle. 1-2 count still. An inside curveball. It apparently hit Trent in the face, but Trent didn't make an effort to get out of the way, so it's ruled a ball instead of a take your base. Next pitch gets fouled away again. Swung a little early on that one. A grounder right past Melissa. Walks a few feet to pick it up. The throw to the second baseman is a little bit short, but the second baseman does manage to step on the base in time to get Jillian out. And now we head to the bottom of the fourth. Currently, the score is 16-2 when factoring in the multiplier. Vic Soufflé is at the plate, and the first pitch is inside and a ball. Second pitch is low, but it hardly scraped the zone, but the ump gave it to Jillian. 1-1 count. 1-2 count now as Vic Soufflé fouls it away. Third pitch is an inside curveball, and Chipper Jones is running toward the pitcher to make the play. But the kind of a selfish play as he wasn't able to cover first, and Vic was able to get to first base as a result. Poor game IQ from Chipper there. Perry Marks is at the plate. First pitch is a slow ball to the outside. Perry already has a homer on the day. He's opting for the power swing. A curveball to the outside that gets fouled away. An inside slow ball, and it catches the corner. Very well placed from Jillian there. With 2 strikes, the steal is on. It appears they're attempting a hit-and-run strategy, as Perry Marks ends up fouling it away. A curveball to the outside. Perry swings and misses. And the throw from the catcher to second base suppresses Vic at first base. Maynard Mcelroy at the plate. Maynard batting an incredible .916 so far in this early part of the season. Swings at the first pitch, ends up fouling it away. Second pitch is a high strike call. Hard to take those. Another high slow ball, but this one clearly in the zone, and Maynard takes advantage. A hard hit line drive to the second baseman. And what a play! What a play from the second baseman. It took a diving catch and have just barely got there in time. Davey Marion at the plate now. Maynard attempts to steal. And the catcher waits a while to throw to the third baseman. Vic now standing on second with 2 outs. Ooh, Davey Marion takes an extremely rude pitch low and inside. A slow ball down the middle. It looked juicy, but Davey swung a tad early and fouled it away. Another low and inside pitch, and Davey Marion lifts one to left field. It doesn't look like it it doesn't look like it cleared the fence, but it did bounce outside. It did bounce outside of the boundaries of the camera, so that will count as a homer. Davey now 3 for 4 with 3 homers on the day. Absolutely ridiculous. 164, the official measurement, the shortest measurement of the day, given that it didn't actually clear the fence. One of the weird quirks of backyard baseball. As Courtney Valentino steps up to the plate. For the first time this game, Courtney opts for the grounder. Lets a high pitch pass for a ball. Another high pitch passes for a ball, and this time a spitball. Christina Beatty, who I believe started this game, is now back on the mound. Courtney switches to the line drive, as Jillian Payne is now standing on third base. A very hard hit grounder to Christina, but Christina took a little bit to get a handle on it, and that allowed the speedy Courtney to get to first base in time. Very, very close play there. Chipper Jones comes in from first base to displace Christina. Oh, Christine, sorry. Is it Christina or Christina? Now I'm forgetting, now that I no longer see the name. As Chipper places a beautiful pitch on the upper inside corner. Second pitch is another curveball, and Melissa fouls it away. 0-2 count for Melissa. A very outside pitch, but Melissa with a powerful heave. What a swing! And it ends up in the cornfield in deep right field. 253, the official measurement, as Courtney happily tumbles her way along the third baseline and scores. Melissa jumping around as she scored 2 homers in 1 game as the pitcher, and she touches the base. She touches home plate. In the meantime, on the AI side, the Bombers have lifted another homer from Gary Allen. Artie can only stare at it, as the advantage for the Wombats is now cut to from 2 to just 1. Meanwhile, the Bombers have 18 runs, 21 when you count the multiplier. Gary with a beautifully placed grounder along the third baseline, and that allows him to get to first base in time despite Chipper's strong arm. Arlen Perez at the plate right now. Hard to believe that Chipper has a strong arm at the moment, considering that he's been pitching a while. Well, then again, he had only thrown 20 pitches at that point. Threw a heater as the first pitch for a strike. Second pitch is a curveball for a ball. A nasty low pitch that Arlen lets pass for a strike. 1-2 count. Attempting the hit and run strategy, Gary gets a bit of a head start. Another beautifully placed grounder by third base. Jillian's weakened state has allowed Gary to get to second with no trouble. Christina Beatty back on the plate once again, and the carousel seems to be in motion. Sally Dobbs swings a very hard hit line drive, but it goes foul. Sally Dobbs sends one very, very high, but it appears the second baseman is in great position to snag it, and he does. He catches the pop-up. Current score is 21-1, I believe, as Chipper swings at the first pitch, and it's a line drive directly to Melissa. Great snag from her. Ken Griffey Jr. at the plate right now. He has a homer on the day, and he swings big. It looked like a huge swing at first, but it didn't appear to go as far as it bounces toward the right fielder. It looked like the right fielder might have gotten him, but Ken just barely gets there in time. Terry Viga's at the plate, and Ken is looking to steal. Terry lets it go, and Ken is running. He appears to have lost a fair bit of stamina, not looking as fast as he normally does, and he retreats. He's caught in a pickle, but he does manage to make it safely get back to first. 0-1 count to Terry, who lets an inside pitch pass for a strike. Wise take, but still can't feel good to take those. Terry Viga lifts a very high foul ball over to the left side. Maynard Mcelroy is eager to get it, but he'd have to jump the fence to do it. Swings and misses at an inside heater. Unfortunate swing for Terry, who I believe has struck out twice now. Artie Pimbleton at the plate. A very slow pitch toward the inside part of the plate, and Artie places it rather well between the pitcher and catcher and gets on first base as a result. Great precision groundering from him. And Holly Franklin looking to do some damage now with 2 runners on. First swing is a powerful one, but it goes foul. Second pitch is an extremely slow, appears to be a slow-mo for a ball. Melissa has thrown 65 pitches. Amazing that she is still there. She must be pretty tired as Holly fouls away a pitch. A high curveball passes too high for a ball. This curveball appears to be in the zone. Holly hits a little pop-up that floats over toward the third baseman, has to run to get it, run back to third base, and he does. Meanwhile, Holly Franklin comes in to substitute on the mound. Vic knocks away a foul ball. Vic hits a drive towards second base. It bounces off of the shortstop, but the second baseman makes a snag. I believe that's Terry Vega at second. Great job backing him up, Terry. As Perry Mark swings, I don't know if he swung and missed, but the first pitch was a strike. Second swing is a floater to the shortstop. Holly not able to back up Ken on that one. Maynard Mcelroy at the plate, with Perry Mark standing on first. Holly sends a heater to the outside part of the plate, and Maynard pops one up. Trent Sizemore tries for the catch, but unfortunately can't make it. Holly tries to throw from home to second base, and Trent is pretty unhappy with the fact that they didn't get the out there, and as a result, he kind of pushed down Holly on the plate. Little bit of infighting among the Wombats. Clearly, frustration is setting in. A high slow ball passes for a ball for Davey Marion, a very scary home run hitter. He has 3 homers today. Absolutely outrageous. And the second one is a ball as well. 2-0 count for Davey, who is opting for the line drive and not power this time, interestingly enough. He was loving the power before, but maybe the fact that there's more runners on base, doesn't want to risk a pop-up. And he hits a swing and a drive, very hard hit line drive toward center right field. Carlos Beltran, one bounces toward Carlos, and he can't get a handle on it. And the bases are now loaded for Courtney Valentino. Last season, grounders were Courtney's bread and butter, but Coach Repub opting for a different strategy as she hits a very hard hit line drive towards shortstop Ken, who cannot hold on to it. And that is another RBI. There are 19 runs scored, 22 when you factor in the home bonus. Melissa Waters is at the plate with the bases loaded, and Melissa being the 9th rounder, she is eligible to use the screaming line drive. First pitch is a slow ball, high and outside. How are they going to handle this? Oh my goodness. An outside heater gets called a strike. Thankfully, the screaming line drive is still available, and she makes contact. It is screaming. Ears are plugged as it just about makes it all the way to the fence at incredibly rapid speed. 2 runs will score. Melissa tries to go for second, isn't going to make it, and is forced back to first, and now she is caught in a pickle. Ken aims for third base instead while Courtney is motionless. And that's a 2-run screaming line drive RBI single, 2 RBI single for Melissa. Very good use of the power-up swing. Unfortunately, only 1 use, although it seems like that was likely the last use considering it's the bottom of the 5th. Gary Allen has 1 strike on the second pitch, floats a curveball over to Holly, who throws it to second. Courtney scores at home. It is 22-0 on the Bombers' end, 22-1 the official score. Well, no, 26-1 the official score, factoring in the bonus. Arlen Perez hits a grounder along the first baseline. Trent picks it up and throws. Despite being clearly tired, he still has some decent speed to get the out. Now the top of the 6th, Carlos Beltran is at the plate, hoping to add some more runs to the Wombats' cause, but Davey Marion out on the left makes the catch. Jillian Payne at the plate. Jillian batting .750 this season, and 2 for 2 today. First pitch was a very dirty inside pitch, called for a strike. Yow. Second pitch is a heater high and outside. Jillian lifts one hard to right field, but Arlen makes the catch, and Christina Beatty is representing the last out. First pitch is a low heater for a ball. Christina pops one up. Melissa gets under it and makes the catch. Meanwhile, the AI Wombats hit a grounder along the first baseline. Sally picks it up and ends the game. Meanwhile, it's the bottom of the sixth, and Davey Marion is at the plate. And he watches an elevator pass for a strikeout, and the Wombats finish their side of the game 2-1. The final score officially 22-0 on the Bombers side. Factor in the home bonus, and that is 26-0, a plus 26 margin. A 2-1 score on the Wombat side makes the official score a +1 for the Wombats, so the final score 26-1. An absolutely dominating performance on the part of the Bombers, and it makes it very, very clear that the Bombers are one of, if not the preeminent threat to win the National League. An incredible performance from Repub 92. So many home runs, including a couple strange ones. One short of the fence, one off the barn, but definitely left absolutely no doubt as a superior team. Excellent performance all around from him. Thank you guys very much for watching. We will see you guys for week 4. This is Mellow Math Teacher, the announcer, signing off.